91.9 FM. Original. Virginia regional. Original. 91.9 FM. Join here. Emmanuel Wilson. Chief Crusader. Crusaders Against Corruption. CAG. Crusaders Against Corruption Ghana. Emmanuel Wilson. Anopai memo acho akra now what to say?
Yeah, do me here. Kola na your members say war KNUST. And I no pay your program for Fabia or my tons after me. Into Namia do me no pay me no moving come over KNUST.
That's good.
Crusaders Against Corruption Ghana KNUST campus chapter.
Okay.
Namia do me here pa.
It is say Gazai do Kumase. Encouraging appointed executives to increase membership on campus. That is the theme to a year Jumadi Awukakudi.
Fantastic.
And then I'm okay.
In today, can issues of corruption. Maybe I cast a idea affecting not just the current generation, but even the next generation. And anytime I'll be in a platform, say only members being common after corruption and the effect of it. A idea to say we encourage, particularly when the next generation and our generational leaders, the next leaders, future leaders are the current students. Almost decide this embrace the fight against corruption. The fight against corruption, you do should be very soon. So you eradicate the cry, you we are bringing it to the barest minimum. Because now current generation there, Pina are extremely corrupt. And until you target the next generation and now the future leaders, so that by the time I obey the next leaders now mindset, orientation or assessor for them to know the corruption idea to say issue. KNUST one of your campuses are operating on. You operating currently your 6 student chapters. Your University of Ghana, your KNUST, your UCC, your Winneba, and your UPSC. And then our KNUST is for almost year in Shimu to see how best encourage you fellow members to join the fight against corruption. And until this platform and a net programmer Omatunsa frame some of the other leaders, but obviously I'm the key speaker to ensure that you encourage your members on campus to also go and encourage fellow students to come and join the fight against corruption.
That's great. But this fight, being the chief crusader against your friends saying corruption, couldn't saying our Ghana.
So far, dear, they make me can say by a large extension, the fight against it, we are failing. Men can see you failing. There's still hope, but we are failing. The way and manner in which I can to me a fight to corruption, especially under this government. This government, one government, so much hope in the fight against corruption. There are 3 key promises that will make you here. To the effect, say, Obano being president, or fight corruption. I'm very sure that Etoni Papi Asun, and in Nakahoma, your man start to me. They can also be protected the public purse. The Tosubium also there's going to be value for money. The Tosumians that also he's even going to employ the ANAS principle in fighting corruption. Now, the Depa inaugural speech, they are making an inaugural speech on the 7th of January. 2017. On my strong warning, Eka say Obi Pia why not say or that enriching or making that warning to the person say that person cannot enrich himself in his government, uncle private sector, and one of it me enriching into all this platform where platforms are creating so much hope that we can fight corruption. Unfortunately, since 2017 BCN, all indicators, every time I indicated all indicators suggested clearly say we are losing the fight against corruption. A typical example, Auditor General's report. Just as at last year, 2020 Auditor General's report of the Tuya. Yeshre 12.5 billion Ghana cedis to mismanagement and corruption. 2020, 1 year on, from 2020 to 2021, Auditor General's report of the Tuya some few months ago for 2021. Yes, Ghana X-ray 17.7 billion Ghana cedis to corruption. I mean, it looks like every day, every year, we are intensifying the grabbing. We are intensifying the loss against the fight of corruption. In the Ubisapa corruption fight, the mechanism, the only thing I hear encouraging is that it looks like the awareness creation is very strong. People are very sensitive to the issues of corruption.
Okay.
And as the issue of corruption, Betuja, the way and manner in which people speak against it, especially media, is so encouraging. It shows clearly that the awareness is there. But as to whether we can move from the awareness creation to fighting it in reality, a whole year hanging, the fight, it is really, really very appalling, especially under this government.
All right. But young where Office of the Special Prosecutor and report on the buyer as against Customs and La Bianca. We initial comments I want to say.
Let us say, well, so the initial comment is say this petition about the Tuja somewhere, in fact, last year, and a year in Crusaders Against Corruption, Obitia Alliance would say there's something going on La Bianca campaign, in relation to the import duties and the other things that it is which borders on corruption. It's now you need to cleanly. So the Office of the Special Prosecutor, it decided to obey taking it up. The truth of the matter is that reporter Office of the Special Prosecutor, the Betu Jano, Young Crusaders Against Corruption. So then from last year, we are following the whole thing so keenly. Reporter Betu Jano, and suggested, strongly, say, and yet conclusive. And yet conclusive in the sense that it is very suggestive. The information, any document, any Myanmar yenya so far, a very suggestive. Special Prosecutor's report, just one-sided, and it hasn't captured the entire picture of it. And in the report, most media houses, platforms are making they make a hasten a bit slowly in making comments on the Special Prosecutor's report, because from where we sit and the information we've gathered so far, we are still in the process of finalizing your investigation. But information we've gathered so far suggested clearly that there might be what we call witch hunting. A very suggestive that the Special Prosecutor's report, as it stands now, a bit one-sided, and the Special Prosecutor may have not done a thorough work.
Wow. What were you expecting, sir? Anka Odebeka ho. Enti a wo hu no say one-sided. Na that side no kra one fanga ho no. Per documents in your abode.
Nyamiya Tumwa, actually, so Wednesday, we are still finalizing, but me a short day Wednesday. Either Tuesday or Wednesday, but me a very short day Wednesday. Wednesday, Crusaders Against Corruption Ghana, you there press conference, and then you there station, you there state, you finding.
Okay.
Just opposite to that of Special Prosecutor. Not yet the Amansai and Miki, the how do you call it? Not Amansai and Miki Omwa. But what I can say from it, the little I can say is that you see the way and manner in which we try, especially under this government, you try to say you be targeting individuals, especially people are almost a little so well in private business. You be targeting almost collapse almost businesses now. I think it is becoming too much under this government. Look at what's happening to the banking sector. Look at the number of bankers and now bank owners and you collapse Omo Ejuma. Look at what they did to individuals like UT, individuals like Indum, individuals like Dufour, and many, many others. I think we should be a little slow in making comments on the special prosecutor's report. And yes, sir, I don't know Wednesday when we get a platform and you share with the public. Yeah, so you're finding now you can't say public will make decisions that those who will make a hasty conclusion based on the Auditor General's report, how do you call it, the Office of the Special Prosecutor, will end up realizing that only not the whole fact and only make a decision.
Okay.
It's the next report. Yes, issues on corruption, and you know, Crusaders, our position on it. The issues of corruption, yes, so. It is a Obibana Yogun debut which has to do with corruption will be the first to fight it. But this particular one, you beat me, I can say, based on their information, any documents I will, and we did the access by Monday, Tuesday, we would have concluded on our investigation. Based on information I will so far, you beat me, I can say, anyone trying to make any comment on the Special Prosecutor's report, on hasten a bit slowly because it is extremely suggestive that it's just one-sided.
One-sided in the extent, sir, wafa, Labianca, and Quandie, and one quanko who said Marano, Saint and Marane Cano, one Famarana and Yejuma, and now, sir, Kenel Damwana, now a pese opinion, no good anymore, said the Kenel Damwa air cano, into the man no cocoyen sa now.
One-sided to the extent the OSHE, what the issue raised are now, and you just oppose it to the law, the current and existing laws now, especially those who are into the importing and exporting laws that governs it as far as GRA laws are concerned now. A very suggestive there hasn't been any issue of corruption. Niema you know raise the decline or say there has been invasion of tax. Invasion of tax, what we have so far doesn't suggest so. You're supposed to be as a peddling of influence. In other words, or invade tax because of the influence that Okita. And also information I get you kita so far suggests to say whatever be the benchmark Labianca benefited from it. We have documents to suggest clearly say there are over 10 other companies are almost fully within that benchmark. Are they also benefited from it? The question may be say why is it that it is just one company that has been singled out and not the others? The other question may be, say, why is it that if we have an issue with the benchmark law now, why are we not tackling that law? But we are rather saying that people who are benefiting from it, not even people, but one person among the people who have benefited from it. There is an issue of corruption and a breach of the law. But at the same time, look, it goes way beyond. And there are even individuals at the Flagstaff House. They are behind all these things. Maybe one or two things behind
say Yengu Canada Mwenima say na say Yengu Labianca Nimasa.
Labianca campaign.
Oh, Emmanuel Wilson, a very big allegation are you?
So you are talking to the Chief Crusader. We just don't say things. And it's just because of the relationship I have with you and your studio.
Exactly.
And one thing I had to say, name a little teasers of what may happen on Wednesday. And Kenya initially gave me catch on it.
Exactly. And I appreciate that.
Fantastic. It is just a teaser. So just just take it there. It is kind of the first station to have this visa. And truthfully, after talking to you, all other media houses, I'm not Makasa Fiendre, they make a jump say, you're trying to Wednesday.
Okay.
The position of
okay. So when it comes to a year CAC, a year Crusaders Against Corruption Ghana, originally from Nebuama, special.
That's right.
And that is why we are relaying this information to us.
No two ways about that.
Sure.
You're very special. You
sure.
are dear to my heart. And anytime you are mobile friendly piano, no matter what I'm doing, I will leave and come. As I said, I'm not prepared to speak just at 10 o'clock. And so they say, let me put all my preparation down.
Exactly. But Emmanuel was name. Individuals at the Jubilee House are one more plan say Omubegu a year La Bianca Nejumano. Are they also into the same business?
Not that they are interested in it. To the extent that as we speak, there are some who have even started just about 2-3 months ago. They have started the importation of the same product.
Oh.
There are those that have also there are those that have also started even building warehouses, cold store warehouses to engage in the same business.
So the only thing they can do in this La Bianca take over.
La Bianca is the biggest. Again, the information I suggests they are able to import about 200 containers of frozen food, like a monthly thing. 200 containers. They are the biggest importation of frozen foods in this country. There's more to it, Onya. Wednesday, but to them kind of anyone who wants to make any comment on the kind of thing, Office of the Special Prosecutor, if the person will take my advisor, the mechanism on his team slowly.
Okay. Krata bia mensumi kura wa hanomo me producers Adaroma. Omama mensaka. Ebi they see back as far as a year 2018. Mrana Isaac Rensel, a year commissioner customs. And I was trying to all Frozen Food Importers Association Accra Takrade, and the graduated valuation vis-a-vis benchmark values for frozen foods. Working Kamba, not as up to 20 containers of a year 20 footer container. No? Percentage reduction in benchmark value 5%. What the above 20%, 20 containers bar, Ubenya 8% reduction in benchmark values per kilogram. Above 40 containers of a year 20 footer container, no 12% reduction in benchmark values per kilogram. And on now can say. Say adie we nye Kenel Damoya penso and enye La Bianca nkwa na wono or your first a year company when you be name mu companies a wodo bi anya bi atwamu.
It is one of it.
Okay.
One of the Nema Union. So I'm happy to say you have this document. One of it and then many others. We shall cry date in kind of February. And this benchmark this thing.
6 February 2018.
La Bianca benefited in March. Between February and March, documents are here. We have about 8 different companies just in February, between February and March, and Sana La Bianca benefited.
Okay.
At least documents are here so far. We have about 8 different companies that almost benefited here from it before La Bianca even benefited in March. What is it that if it is it, you see the issue is it that there's a problem with the benchmark and that there's a problem with those who benefited? If there's a problem with the benchmark, then let's look at those who got benefited out the benchmark.
Okay.
If there's a problem with those who benefited, then let's look at all the individuals and companies who benefited here. Now you question argument.
Yes.
Two things. What is really the issue? Is the issue about the benchmark law? If it is the benchmark law there, then we have an issue with PRA.
Okay.
PRA never.
And oh, me too.
Saying no, so that's a your mom benefit and so then omon benefit in a yen so when you lie. Now you question omina.
Okay.
You know.
But why would we even question one benefit? Because any year cars here pay. Mona matron a year commissioner general. Where crata midi can ya. No. A year 6 February 2018 now. Crenson Sasha Siena. What the Coco Commissioner General for approval. After say take it off from set time now, because say we are say on to say Commissioner General Biba Bana say Commissioner General Ben Kofinti Ebe can say Ebi Amasama na say Hanamo say ye dear so ye men yajumabio. It was copied it was copied to acting assistant commissioner CTSB and acting commissioner CD, that is customs division, graduated valuation vis-a-vis benchmark values for frozen goods, the same. And also and when I have here a memorandum to the commissioner general, then to the commissioner general from the acting commissioner customs division, the same thing. Me who I say Kofinti approve and sa eshase.
Yeah, that's right.
So,
yeah.
So my question is, special prosecutor, when your documents when you are now when you know good and good, so
you see,
is that the reason why you are telling us to hold our peace?
That's the key reason, one of the key reasons. Yema Kosolonia, Yakos Ghana Hano, service, a time, Nay Bufu. You see, there's this proverb be mean how to put it, whether it's a Chinese proverb or so. You say they came for my neighbor and then I kept quiet. Then the following day they came for me and I didn't get anyone to talk for me. You know, that there's a trend going on and it started way as far back as 2018-19. Deliberate attempt to collapse competitive businesses and to ensure that just a handful of people in this country they manages the wealth of this country. Yeah, it's a trend that is going on as they put a stop to it. Now you decide to say we will be emotional because the special prosecutor did that Martin Crawford, he voted on corruption and everyone or most people are emotional, talking. I'm happy to say you have started talking about these documents and all that. It tells you that look, we must go beyond emotionalism and we shouldn't just embrace the PPRA or PRD brain and KK. You're finding out the motive behind what is going on. Look, even the special prosecutor himself, and then also Wednesday, even the special prosecutor himself, the way and manner in which he's using his position as a special prosecutor to intimidate certain people. He in other words, they took away Wednesday.
Okay.
And we will see whether the fight against corruption, so that we are fighting corruption, and we go to it right from the roots, and not just the branches, but the roots, and the fighting from. We will not allow individuals to use others as scapegoats. Now they will just come what we call smoke screen. Almost this smoke screen, not behind the smoke screen. They are doing their own thing, which is even worse than what they will present to us for us to engage our minds on. We must fight corruption and fight it the right way. But in fighting it the right way, we must ensure that the right things are being done. It's just like criminal cases in court. The law must not only be done, but it must be seen to be done well. In other words, the process for getting justice is as important as getting justice itself. And that is what we intend to expose in this coming week.
Okay. Those behind this agenda say yen collapse la bianca business. Na yen share yen di asia o kan say o masisi coast ne ade a o ma sase di ne ma be ba ne ade no. Sankrofo chief of staff ka ho.
Okay, can be bien, and you can be bien now Wednesday, then you'll be busy. You can't even now Wednesday, then you'll be busy. Don't worry, you Wednesday, your station will be the first station I'll visit. Don't worry, cry.
Minimum, Titina Metete, as a chief of staff, will be a cold store. What to be bizarre?
I do my Wednesday, bruh. Omo ye behind it ni na ye be bobo mudi and the evidence are you winning na.
All right.
Bibi anyema ethical ko Ghana ha.
Okay. Yen yebusa questions e wa hanom. Iwana was mama na wase.
Onya me so me da wase pa. Ya aduma me ba bedu akra you be din koma.
Wish you well. Emmanuel Wilson, the chief Crusaders Against Corruption Ghana ne no ekokodin komo no. Kwaran ring.
Menua chale wakasa. Papa no so wakasa na kwabra o man no se obi ntimi ni obi ni o.
Anyum bi wo ho no mo. Almost has
o man ba bia ye na ehu pa mpanifo ntoto ne ma yie.
Ye ngu kwamra hwem business.
Ba bia ye
na ye de.
Too much.
Emmanuel Wilson say engrofo bi wo Jubilee House en sakesie bi.
Serious o.
E wo Jubilee House and no
very serious. Na say o man no ba bia ye duro ne di akwabra. O de kwabra ne ni nkomo.
Kwadoje yeboa NPP ni